Welcome to another video. In this podcast, I'm going to show you how to make money on UFC 236, which is on this weekend. Easy money, all right? I'm very confident in these picks, and I'll break it down for you now. So, we've got two main events. The co-main event is for the UFC Interim Middleweight Championship between Israel Adesanya against Kelvin Gastelum. Adesanya is 16-0. He's 29 years old. He's from Nigeria. He moved when he was 13 to New Zealand, and he's been training from there ever since. The guy, he's got professional boxing experience and kickboxing experience. And he's coming off a win against Anderson Silva in February of this year. So just over 8 weeks ago. And he had 4 fights in 2018. Kelvin is 15-3. He hasn't fought since May of last year when he beat Jacare by split decision. He was meant to fight this year against Robert Whittaker for the middleweight championship, but unfortunately Whittaker had a hernia injury and couldn't fight. So Gastelum has that ring rust. And that's why this fight has come about. These two are fighting, and then the winner will fight Whittaker probably in August. So my pick for this fight is Adesanya to win. And it's namely because he has the better experience. He's a naturally bigger guy. He's confident. And his form is just very impressive. All right, like I said, he fought 4 times last year, and he fought 8 weeks ago. Fight number 2 is for the UFC interim lightweight title between Max Blessed Holloway and Dustin Poirier. This is a rematch of their February 2012 fight, which Poirier won by submission in the first round. But keep in mind that Holloway was making his UFC debut in that fight, and he was just 4-0, whereas Poirier was 11-1. So he had 3 times more experience than Holloway. Since that fight, Poirier hasn't really done much. Right? He's looked impressive recently, but Max Holloway went and became the featherweight champion, the undisputed champion. All right, he went to Rio and fought Jose Aldo in his home turf and knocked him out. And then knocked him out in the rematch. And he's coming off a knockout destruction of Brian Ortega, who was 14-0. Ortega is a big featherweight, and it was very avoided. He, coming into that fight against Holloway, he had knocked out Frankie Edgar, and no one had knocked out Edgar. And everyone was worried about Holloway because he pulled out of their fight, which was scheduled originally for July, due to concussion-like symptoms. But he showed everyone that, nothing's wrong with him. He's perfectly fine. And Holloway is now fighting at his natural weight, which is 155. So Holloway is the bigger guy. He's 5'11". Dustin's 5'9". Holloway's got the better form, 13-0, coming off. He knocked out Ortega. He knocked out Jose. Poirier knocked out Eddie Alvarez, and Alvarez is a shell of the fighter he was. After McGregor destroyed him at Madison Square Garden, Alvarez isn't the same, and he just got knocked out by some unknown bum last week. So I don't rate Alvarez as the win over Alvarez for Poirier as anything. I'm going with Holloway. All right, better form. He's got the revenge factor playing for him. He's the bigger guy. He's fighting at his natural weight. Holloway's my pick for fight number 2. So, if you look at my screen, Sportsbet is offering Holloway at 145 and Adesanya at 157, which is in line with most other bookmakers. But the bonus of placing this 2-leg multi with Sportsbet is that they're offering a odds booster. So they're bumping the combined odds from 227 to 241. So I'll take that bet. I'm entering a stake of $1,431.96 to win $2,000. I've hit confirm and boom, bets on. So if you're going to follow this, make sure you're putting money you can afford to lose. That is the only way you ever bet, with money you can afford to lose. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell. This is going to win. And so you will want to see all the other winners that I'm going to be posting after this fight.